Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder will be a trilogy as the two heavyweights are set to fight this summer. I'm Robin Lundberg here with senior writer Chris Mannix. Now, Chris, where will the excitement level be for this fight? Is it going to be where we would imagine for a third fight, or will there be a little disappointment that this isn't Fury-Joshua instead, as we thought was coming?
I think there will be disappointment. This is a very good heavyweight fight. If you were making a list of the top 5 heavyweight fights you'd like to see in boxing, a third fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury would be on that list. But I think the public was warming to the idea that we would get Anthony Joshua against Tyson Fury, a full heavyweight unification fight no later than August 14th. And in the build-up to this fight, people will be talking about that fight. And when they talk about Wilder Fury, they'll be pointing out that Fury dominated and knocked out Deontay Wilder in the last fight. So the promotion has kind of an uphill climb to sell people on the relevance of this fight.
Well, they've already tried to start it, right? I mean, I've seen Tyson Fury on social media instigating with the trash talk towards Wilder.
Well, yeah, Tyson Fury is going to find a way to sell this fight in his own way. But I think the most interesting part of all this is Deontay Wilder. I mean, Deontay Wilder almost reminds me of Rocky Balboa after he lost to Clubber Lang. Like, he just disappeared off the map for a while, went back in the lab, started working with a new trainer. In Wilder's case, it's former heavyweight Malik Scott, and maybe added something different to his game. Now, I don't expect Deontay Wilder to come in and all of a sudden become this expert boxer. That's just not in his DNA, and he's not going to be able to do that at this stage of his career. But I am very interested to see if Wilder's game plan changes, if he's able to adjust to the aggressiveness of Tyson Fury. Remember, Deontay Wilder, even though he's coming off that bad loss, he still has that big right hand. And we have seen countless times, especially at heavyweight, when you have big power, you have a chance. Go back to when George Foreman won his piece of the heavyweight title late in his career. He was losing to Michael Moore. And then the last round came and boom, Foreman hit Moore with that big right hand. So Deontay Wilder, if nothing else, has a puncher's chance.
Well, he was completely outclassed in the last fight, but to your, point, he did put Fury down. The one before that, even if you had thought, you had Fury ahead on the scorecards or whatever. And there is that curiosity factor, I think, with Wilder whenever he enters the ring because of his ability to end it with one punch.
Absolutely. I mean, heavyweights are attractions, and Deontay Wilder has been an attraction because of that power. What he's going to have to figure out is if Fury decides to fight him in the same way, and there's no reason to believe that Fury won't, how does he prevent himself from always fighting off his back foot? I mean, he is excellent as a forward-moving fighter when he can set up that big right. He doesn't try to win fights by decision. He was losing to Luis Ortiz a couple of years ago by basically a shutout before he knocked Ortiz out in the middle rounds. But Ortiz did not put the pressure on Wilder that Fury is going to put on. Wilder's either have to match that pressure or figure out how he can generate the same power fighting off his back foot.
And he was also embarrassed. So you have to figure there is a certain level of incentive there to improve his performance. Chris, appreciate your time as always.
You got it.